Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
I am Kevin Rasmussen, and I am a pig farmer. We feel a deep responsibility to protect our environment and ensure sustainability. I think it's important to share our story and that others know that we're always striving to do better.
I'm Bill Riley, and welcome back to another evening of fantastic State Fair highlights here on Iowa PBS. And remember, we'll be here every night this week with a full hour of captivating coverage. Now tonight, there's something for everyone. Thrill seekers, get ready for some fierce four-wheeled fun. And hey, you animal lovers, we're gonna find out if you have what it takes to be an animal doctor. And for the more sophisticated in the crowd, a relaxing event in the garden. Tonight, we'll get started with a food competition that's especially near and dear to our hearts. It's the Great Iowan Recipe Contest, and Travis Graven, he has all the details.
Some of you may have watched The Great American Recipe on Iowa PBS, so we decided why not try and find the Great Iowan Recipe here at the fair, and invited people to share with us how food connects with their family, heritage, and legacy. And soon the winners will be on display right here at the fair. I don't know about the technical aspect of it, but it looks pretty darn tasty to me.
Yes, it does look tasty, and we'll see as we watch me eat. Yes, it's tasty, and it has a nice outer crust and a nice lattice weave. Righty. There we go. Yes, indeed. I'm just looking for a little bit of real Iowa, real history, real family stories, and then a beautiful something that they can show off in a dish or on a fork. It's all about family, and then family experiences. I had a parallel with an old Bishop's buffet story of something, and then other stories about cooking with your grandma and making grandpa or your dad so happy with something you cook. So I love the fact that I can relate to almost every recipe that's come through here.
What kinds of stories have you seen so far?
Well, there was a story from an 85-year-old man that entered some apple crisp, and it was a very dear story. Then another story was, it was an apple skeever, and it was it's a Danish thing, what's in a nice little skillet. Usually the skillets are big, and this was compact and nice and presented ever so nicely, and it had to do with a great-grandparent coming from another country.
And a lot of food does have a story behind it, right?
Oh, there is, but not a lot of contests don't, have a story that is printed up, but the stories really enhance the whole judging process. And this particular contest requires a story, and so that's 20% is on the meaningful story.
This one is exciting. Growing up on a Centennial farm, my family has one of those, and that means a lot.
I made my grandma's famous Christmas caramels and brought them to the fair.
And what's the story behind them?
So about 50 years ago, she decided that she wanted to make caramels one Christmas when she was about 9 months pregnant with my uncle. And she made them, and they were instantly a hit, and they've been a tradition ever since.
I brought oatmeal munchies that my mom used to make. My grandmother used to enter at the state fair, and my mom entered, and so I started taking care of my mom when she needed help, and she taught me how to do cookies. she used to do pies and everything, but when she got older, she did mainly cookies. And so she wanted me to carry on the family tradition, and she had a stroke in 2013, and then I helped take care of her, and she passed away in 2017, and so I try to carry on the tradition.
My style of cooking, I mean, there's definitely a lot of tradition that I'm inspired by, but very much so just ingredients, and I think that's what really was showcased here, was Iowa ingredients.
Makes us all hungry, all proud to be from Iowa with such beautiful food and such talented, skillful entries. This is the first year of the contest, and I think it was a big success thanks to everyone that participated. So I just feel lucky to be here with everybody.
We are at the swine barn for this year's FFA Market Swine Show. It is a big one. About 600 hogs will make their way through the ring. Let's meet the judge. John Hines of Piqua, Ohio will be appraising this year's FFA Market hogs. John breeds show pigs professionally and has a long history in both livestock judging and sow breeding.
So my role as a judge essentially is to have the opportunity to come out here and evaluate the youth exhibitors projects. And we're looking at selecting swine that excel from a standpoint of combining practicality, so hogs that open up with width, muscle, dimension, hogs that are good on their feet and legs. We look at hogs from judging them from a standpoint of combining power, hogs that are stout and rugged constructed in terms of their feature, heavy bone, big in terms of their rib cage, good in their stoutness indicators such as width of skull, width between the eyes, stoutness of tail root. And then last but not least, we look for hogs that balance up from the side. You know, humans naturally are attracted to square kind of shapes. We try to think of hogs in the same aspect of that, hogs that are level and good in terms of their lines, hogs that are proportionate, hogs that have, I guess, essentially those extra bells and whistles. You know, I've been fortunate to judge several shows. I judged the FFA Quilts here at Iowa State Fair last year, and in 2018 I did their open market hog show. I'm an individual that raises show pigs myself, and kind of in the back of your mind can picture what you would envision being the perfect pig. And at least myself as a judge, give every kid a fair look and a fair shake as they come into the ring, but you try to find those ones that fit that mold. Over the time, it has changed. With any species of livestock, there's different trends that come and go within the industry. Within the swine industry, really for probably the past 8 to 10 years, we've been trying to pick hogs that, again, kind of combine those very same attributes I talked about, the practicality, the power, the balance from a market standpoint. There's always times where there's more of a heavy emphasis on, you know, is this one heavier muscled, or is this one the widest, is this one the biggest ribbed, is this one the neatest looking? But at the end of the day, finding those hogs that are balanced, combine those total attributes from the same standpoint, and then also have some of those additional extras, I guess I would say, that differentiate themselves from their competitors, are really what most judges in today's day and age are looking for.
Jillian Woodruff of Gowrie is your winner. Her gilt came in at 275 pounds.
And thinking about combining that practicality, that power, and that balance, that crossbred market gilt did that to the highest degree. She's extremely fluid and functional in her skeleton. She's dense in terms of her skull and her bone work. Painted an ideal picture of a show hog from the side. That's one I'm certainly not going to forget for a long time.
She's been good since we got her, and just we've been working for this, and I wanted it, so we got to work hard. We walk them like twice a day or even more than that. Rinse them, make sure they have good skin and hair, tan them, feed them like the right stuff. You got to make sure you got like a good team with you that's able to help. And this is my second year in FFA, so pretty fun. My brother's won it a couple of times, so I said I want it.
And that is a wrap from this year's FFA Market Swine Show. Congratulations to all the winners.
You know, when I think about the weather during the Iowa State Fair, it is August and typically it's a little hot. Sometimes that could be an understatement. But is it really that hot? We got some trivia for you tonight. What is the highest recorded temperature at the Iowa State Fair? Was it 99 degrees? 108? How about 110 degrees? Or was it a paltry 85? We'll bring you the answer a little later in the show. But now, let's cool things off a bit with some country music from Iowan's own Jason Brown.
How we doing tonight? This is awesome. We're back!
I'm Jason Brown, and I play country music.
Here's a song that started it off. You know it, sing it. Here we go. Well, my mama was rebel, my daddy was a Yankee. They got together and made a little hanky-panky. My blood runs north and south like mighty Mississippi. Yankee Doodle Dandy, and I sang Dixie. I'm a little different, I'm a little odd. You can't blame me, it was by the grace of God. He brought my folks together, two birds of a different feather. 6 weeks later, a honeymoon, 9 months later, delivery room. My mama was rebel, my daddy was a Yankee. They got together and made a little hanky-panky. My blood runs north and south like mighty Mississippi. Yankee Doodle Dandy, and I sing Dixie.
The kind of music that I play would be probably if you mix George Strait and Bob Seger together. Traditional country mixed with a little bit of 90s country. I don't know. It's I don't know. Luckily it's classified as country music, so I just let it ride there.
This song goes out to all you lovely ladies out there and use it to get what you want. But I'm gonna stand my ground. This time I ain't budging. But I ain't sorry and I'm not wrong. You tried that little smile, but tonight it ain't working. You come walking down the stairs, nothing but a t-shirt on. Baby, that's no fair, don't go there, ain't ready to give in. You know when you play like that, there's no way I can win. I can try to hold out, try to hang tough. We both know that I don't have a prayer. Yeah, the way I lose when you don't play fair.
I find my inspiration just from my fans, from my life. I write my own songs, but I don't record a lot of them. I have recorded a few, and I've just been fortunate. I think the song finds you. I know that kind of is like weird to say, but I just feel like I'm a messenger, and unless I really relate with a song that I hear, I don't record it. And fortunately, a lot of people seem like they have the same frustrations, the same experiences in life that I have. So as I grow as a person, I feel like my songs also grow with me, and those fans come along, and some of you kind of drop off. But it's just this ebb and flow of just giving a message, I guess, of where you're at or where you've been in your life.
Thank you so much. How many of y'all is coming to the 9 o'clock show? We're gonna play for a while, so you better take some energy drinks and be ready to party. Just got my paycheck, I say we cash it. That city limit, let's blow right past it. Girl, put your sunglasses on. It's a good day to get gone, yeah.
Good Day to Get Gone has been with me for years. We had an album called Living Off the Land. That was supposed to be the big breakout album of 2012. I signed a record deal with a company, and the record pretty much got shelved, never saw the light of day. So I've had that song for a long time. So when the opportunity came to actually put it on a new album that I had full control over, we did it. And I love the song, because who doesn't like to hop in a car, just go down the road, radio blasting. It's just a good day to get gone.
That clock keeps on ticking and life is for a living, so what are we waiting on? It's a good day to get gone.
This crowd is different because I'm home. And it's the fair. You know, like I keep saying, there's a lot of history to this, and it just is. So this stage, or the Susan Knapp, or wherever, it could be Stockman's again. It's just the fair. And I get to see people I haven't seen in a long time, and hopefully introduce some new fans to my fans. So that's what it's all about.
I'm Jason Brown, y'all. Please come back for the second set. We're going to sing the same songs, but we're going to add a bunch more. God bless you all. Have a good night. We'll see you at 9 o'clock.
You see the golf carts at the Iowa State Fair, and we like to give rides, and we're back for Corn Dog Conversations. John Putney was the first director of the Blue Ribbon Foundation, and John, are you okay riding on my golf cart today? Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, let's go for a ride here, John. So what year did the Blue Ribbon Foundation start?
1993.
So in 1993, the fair was starting to show some age. Did it feel like you were fighting a fire with a garden hose at first?
Yes, it certainly did. And you know, the fair board had to use all the revenue generated from ticket sales and concession commissions, and then they had to use that money to fix roofs and so on. And so there was no way that we could really make any further improvements to the fairgrounds. And so that was, you know, when the foundation started, why, that was our goal to enable the fair board to make decisions based on the survival, actually, of this fairground.
John, are you okay if we stop for a minute and go get a corn dog?
Sure.
It's time to have a corn dog at any time of day, right?
You bet.
What do you like about a corn dog?
Well, you know, I'm not sure what I do like. I really am not big on hot dogs, but I love corn dogs.
There's a big fundraiser for the Blue Ribbon Foundation called the Corn Dog Kickoff. How is it that the corn dog got to be associated so strongly with specifically the Iowa State Fair?
When we thought about themes for the Corn Dog Kickoff, the corn dog just seemed to be the main staple of State Fair attendees. And so, you know, it just became a natural to call it the Corn Dog Kickoff.
It's kind of like the second phrase. It's right up there with when you say State Fair, butter cow, corn dog. They're all kind of all together.
That's right.
John, we're in front of the Ye Old Mill. Again, it's like State Fair, butter cow, corn dog, Ye Old Mill. It is right up there with one of those top memories people have.
It sure is, and you know, that was very important that we had that renovated as quickly as we did, because it was in danger of being closed as well.
All right, I better stop asking you questions, let you finish that. Let's keep going. There's a couple more things I want to see. We're going by the administrative center. That one looks like a new building to me and not a renovated. How did that come about?
Well, there was sort of a dilapidated old building here, and so we needed to clean that area up. At the same time, the fair board decided they needed something for handicap assistance and for first aid and just general informational center. And so that became a very important part of developing the credibility that we knew we had to have. You know, I'm just so happy that we provide a fairgrounds and a state fair that has so many wonderful features that other fairs don't have and that other venues don't have.
Does that make you proud as an Iowan to know how we all pulled together?
I can't tell you how proud I am, and you know, I think that this undertaking is there should be a lot of other ones like this that go on in Iowa.
John, thank you so much for going along on this corn dog conversation. We had conversation and we had a corn dog. I think we checked them both off. Thank you, John.
No, you bet. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dana Lane. Vet Camp at the Iowa State Fair is an educational and hands-on experience for children ages 10 to 18.
So how many of you guys want to be veterinarians? Awesome.
Tell me a little bit about the activities today.
Yeah, so these kids get divided into 3 different stations. So at one station, they're going to be doing a worm dissection. And then the next station, they're going to do and talk about nutrition and then in different digestive systems. And then the next station, the final station, they're going to be learning about large animal health. So they get a little bit of everything.
What do I do after this then? Do this?
All right, so see this?
Yeah.
This is your small intestine, and you didn't cut into it because there's no black, so that's a good job. So let's tease this out a little bit. Okay, so right under here is going to be the hearts. See that? See that too?
Yeah.
Right there, 1, and there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4, and 5.
These kids might not have any experience or might think they want to be a veterinarian, but they don't really know what it entails. And here they can actually work with actual veterinarians and vet students at each station to kind of get some firsthand experience as to what it might be like.
My name's Laree Rabe, and I'm with AgriPro Enterprises in Iowa Falls, Iowa. We are the sponsor of the vet camp. It's for kids and to help our industry and keep the people interested in want to go into be a veterinarian. We started in 2008, and it was 126 students back then, and I think we're up to 400 or so by now. So yeah, it's been fun.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way up in her armpit. So we gotta flip it around the other way because her heart is on this side of the chest. So you're gonna stick it all the way up here. You're gonna listen to that heartbeat.
So what's your favorite part been so far today?
I really like listening to the cow's heartbeat.
Tell me a little bit about the activities in vet camp.
We've been listening to a cow's heartbeat, and we learned about injections.
Subcutaneous means just below the skin. See how shallow this is? We're going very shallow. Beautiful, beautiful. A little bit more shallow.
All of our employees are involved, and they wear their vet camp shirts to work all the time. And we get all the products in for the kids, and everybody helps to assemble them. But it's just a good morale booster for everybody, a feel-good thing.
Does anyone know why y'all's is more dissolved than ours? Yeah, because the pop has acid, whereas ours is just water. So it's just kind of softening it, and we're breaking it down physically, but the pop is breaking it down chemically as well.
Do you want to be a vet someday?
I do. I don't know if I'm gonna get in, but I hope I do.
Oh, I hope you do too. Why do you want to be a veterinarian?
I just really liked animals ever since I was little.
State Fair time is the perfect opportunity to show off your talents. And folks just like you take part every day. Let's check out the results.
We're going to take a quick break, but the State Fair celebration, it's far from over. So come back for more fair fun on Iowa PBS.
The Riley stage was the place to be for talent today. Here are the performers advancing. Nice job, everyone. don't forget, we'll bring you the Talent Championships here on Iowa PBS, Sunday, August 21st at 8 p.m. Welcome back, everyone, to our second night of Fair 2022. We're so happy to be here every night this week with you to bring you a full hour of State Fair highlights. Now, the Des Moines Area Quilters Guild is often a presence here at the Iowa State Fair. And while the pandemic interrupted many things, it didn't stop the quilters from taking on the role of making quilts for charity.
I'm with the Des Moines Area Quilters Guild, and today we're visiting the Patchwork Pals, a group that is a part of the Des Moines Area Quilters Guild.
Trying your hand at sewing and quilting while also creating blankets for those in need is what the Iowa State Fair Sew-In is all about.
10 years ago, we started sewing at the fair, making quilts for children's charities. And when COVID hit, we had to stop that. We were making about 600 quilts a year, and the Guild took that over, and in the last couple of years have made over 1,000 each year. And that doesn't happen just overnight. So we've got a group here that have been making kits and getting things ready so that the Guild members can finish them. Let's go back here and see what they're doing. When we were at the fair, taking out the pins was one of the favorite jobs of a lot of the husbands that were hovering around looking for something to do. Dorothy Fadley, who is the superintendent of fabric and threads at the fair, was looking for a project for the next year that we might do for the people that they're in the campground. And the Guild had just started having children's classes. The project they did was this strip quilt. And we talked about that and said how we could have a sew-in, we could bring the supplies. We'd have everything set up and ready to go, and that we did it. There were jobs for everybody. We had little kids, big kids. One of the jobs the little kids did was passing around candy because, you know, quilters have to have their chocolate. And it was just a fun place with absolutely no competition. It was a huge success.
We need 2 more for here.
The other thing that's interesting about this is we get a lot of donated fabric.
Here's a pretty one. I like that one better. We have ladies that have cut all this for us from donated material, and they cut it into these strips for us. So we have a wide selection of material to use. These are just 3 flats that we have. We have a lot of flats to choose from.
And we have, over the last 2 years, given away over 1,000 quilts to various agencies across the Des Moines and state of Iowa area. So our guild as a whole does many, many quilts of many sizes that are distributed where they're needed.
Well, the whole process is fun to do, putting it all together, and then when you see it finished, that's the fun part, the whole thing.
And to see those parents and those kids, and that's worth a lot to, you know that some kid has got something they wouldn't have otherwise because we worked hard to help them. This soothes your soul. Once you've done it, it's awful hard to go through a day without fabric in your life. In fact, a day without fabric is a day without sunshine.
We're in the Livestock Pavilion for the Youth Livestock Judging Contest. This is where the future of judges are molded. They're learning to be quick decision makers, they're learning to be teammates, and they're learning to be leaders.
The individuals compete together and do it on their own. They make their own individual decisions, but then they're a part of a team of 4 students. And so those 4 students come together to get a team score. And so that's another intricacy that's very challenging is not only do you want to think for yourself and make your own decisions, but you need to stand up and make decisions that will help your team and move your team in the right direction.
At this judging contest, we have a couple different species like cattle, swine, sheep, and we judge them based off, like, depending on the class. Like market classes, we judge them based on who would do best on the rail, but then breeding classes, we judge them for breeding characteristics like soundness and how they're going to reproduce.
The first stop on the judging tour of the fairgrounds was the outdoor arena for 2 classes of cattle. Youth judges are scored using a weighted system that rewards correctly picking between similar animals. Senior members of the Iowa State Livestock Judging team give the official placing, which is what our youth judges will be scored against.
Time is up. You need to turn your placing in.
Then they move to the swine barn for 2 classes of hogs and 2 classes of sheep. The goal of the youth judges is to score the animal classes as closely to the official score as possible. Contestants are also scored by how well they defend their rankings.
As individuals, we're judged, seniors specifically are judged on their reasons that they give. So after we judge a class, we have to explain ourselves.
I like the Angus heifers 1, 2, 4, 3. Turn to the class and it's evident there's 2 that need to be sorted to the top. But after evaluation, well, I read the one female to read true when you set her into motion.
After the judge listens to our reasons, they then rate us on how our flow sounds, how we describe the animals.
So in addition to building these decision-making skills, we're also growing the next generation of judges, right?
Training them to evaluate, training them to prioritize, training them good versus bad, things of that nature, absolutely. I love livestock judging because it's one of the few places in life where you're forced to make a decision every 15 minutes, and then you're forced to defend your decision as well. So I think that's really the value of this exercise.
And that wraps it up for the Youth Livestock Judging Contest. Congratulations to all our winners.
I'm here at the Cultural Center, one of my favorite places to visit at the fair. There is such a huge variety of arts and crafts to see, and the best part is that you can often see truly gifted artists in action.
Then we also have,
so I actually can make any word or name.
But let me tell you, this is the best fair in the country. I have no doubt.
What makes it the best fair?
That's interesting that you should ask, because it's the educational theme of the fair.
Think of the egg yolk that I was talking about, let off very easily.
And you were an art teacher for many years, right?
I taught for 37 years, 6 different schools in Iowa, because I was an art teacher and a coach. And I'm gonna go down till I'm about 1/4 of an inch off the bottom. And this is so great, because I get to see so many of my former students.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
And you still get to teach when you're here, too.
12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah.
So you and your wife, Judy, are a real team in this.
Yes, every piece we do, we both do.
That's so cool.
All this clay will go back home.
And you get to make some really special things for people. What does that feel like?
It's really great to be able to some people will do anniversaries or just other stuff that that means something to them, and it's really fun to be able to do that.
For people who don't know, what is henna?
Yeah, so henna is actually a plant, and it's usually grown in India. And what they do is they mix it with essential oils, and then you put it on almost like frosting, and it stains your skin. And it lasts about 1 to 2 weeks.
All right, and so you can use it to make all kinds of designs.
Yeah. A lot of the designs we do here at the Fen are more westernized, but it was traditionally used in India. The brides would get it on their hands and their feet before their wedding day.
A butterfly.
Well, it's so fun to watch the kids look at themselves after they get their face painted. What does that feel like to know that you've helped them transform?
All the reactions is just heartwarming.
Now this is the picture moment that you're going to see. Voila! For the camera.
Seeing those smiles and seeing them, kind of get into character if we're doing like a Spider-Man or like maybe even like a butterfly, a tiger, just bringing that out of somebody is so, all ages, not just kids, but adults too. Adults joining on the fun. That's my favorite part.
Is that Prince Charles?
Yeah, that's what that's the other people have said. So. People who, especially retired, but anybody, I always tell kids, you need a hobby. And that hobby can really be sometimes earn you some money, but otherwise it's a really relaxing thing that you can kind of lose yourself into, and that's what I like about it.
All right, so you're trying to get us all addicted to clay. That's what I'm hearing.
Of course.
And now the answer you all been waiting for. What is the highest recorded temperature ever at the Iowa State Fair? 99 degrees, 108, 110, or 85? I know it's not 85 degrees, all right? But the answer is 108. That's a hot one. And that was on August 16th in 1983. And surprisingly, there's only been 6 days in Iowa State Fair history where the temperature rose above 100 degrees. But they were all in the same year. You got it, 1983. What a scorcher that one must have been. And what a segue I've got. Our next segment is really hot as well. It's ATV and UTV racing. Let's check it out.
It is our inaugural Iowa State Fair Cup. Some racing out here back at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. We have ATVs and UTVs. ATVs like the four-wheelers that you see, the UTVs that have the cage over the top of them, and we have entries ranging from as young as 4 years old up to 76 years old, all participating here today. In total, we have 19 different classes out here. It's just like if you watch the Supercross racing, we started from a standing start on the chalk line, so they'll be definitely cheering for their favorite driver. The heat races are a short run, they're like 6 laps in length. Where the tight corners, they've been watching for places where they can make the passes, they can make the moves, or some of the high-speed portions. There's some families that they have their sons, their daughters all racing, and the dads even race. So that's what's cool. It is not only a family event in the pits, on the racetrack as well.
I give my kids everything that I didn't have. The racing family is a huge family. Everyone will help. You take a liking to a lot of people. We help anybody and everybody we can.
My favorite part about racing is I depend on myself. I don't depend on other people. So I depend on myself, and if I make a mistake, it's on me. So I look back in the mirror and it's on me if I didn't win.
I try to video to keep my nerves calm. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be screaming.
A lot of these UTVs here, yes, they definitely start out basically on the farm, but then they alter them a little bit. They'll lower them down to the ground, some high-performance shocks. A course like today, it's about a quarter mile in length, multiple right-hand turns, left-hand turns. You got some high-speed portions, you've got some slower speed, and then some jumps thrown into there. We have down the one end what they call a joker turn, which is the farthest way around the racetrack. They have to make that joker turn at least one time during their event. So basically, you throw them a little bit of a curveball right in the middle of the race.
I was pulling over
working on waiting it, and I just set the car off to restart it, and then all of a sudden I saw this car wreck in front of me, so it's kind of good for me because I got to restart, and then I can go out and win it. It happens quite often if the car's not set up for it. Just keep your eyes open and make sure you stay out of all the wrecks and drive smart. The most thing I like about racing is the family, the race family. I love the race family, coming to the track and seeing all your friends and having fun, but I like winning too. I'm pretty competitive, so.
A lot of camaraderie that goes on. If they have an accident, something happens, they all pitch in, they hop in. They want to make sure they get back on the racetrack because it's like my grandpa used to say, friendship ceases in a card game, but before and after, everybody's friends. They want to beat you on the racetrack. So yes, there is so much friendship in the pit area, and I've always hit it's a racing family. It really is, and people, whether it might not be blood related, but it is definitely a racing family and a tight-knit group of folks.
The fair is packed front to back with fun for the whole family. But sometimes it's nice to do something just for you, the adult. We found just the thing here at Wind Down in the Garden.
Like red or white?
Caitlin, tell me about what's going on here at Wind Down in the Garden this evening.
So up here in the garden, which is managed by my bond rent for our FFA students, we're actually having a live musician here. Tonight we have one, and then on Monday night we have a different musician coming up, and people can come up. It's a free admission for anybody here at the fair, and you can taste and sample some of the Iowa State Fair wines. My plant science students got to plan where everything goes, decide where and what to plant. So it's all different things, and the kids all came up with their ideas during class. Eggplants are really cool for the kids to see. Okra, bell peppers, anything. And then all of the produce that we actually get from this garden will then go to the food bank here in Des Moines.
Emily, tell us about the wine here at the garden tonight.
Yeah, so this is Wind Down the Garden. This is our first time that we're doing it, so we want people to come up and enjoy. We're gonna have some samples, they can bring their drinks.
Are you featuring only Iowa wines?
We are. We're actually only featuring our State Fair wines, so it's just our red and our white State Fair wines.
Why is this spot the feature for Wind Down in the Garden?
Last year we debuted our garden, and it's a beautiful spot up here, and it's totally kind of secluded, and we just want to draw more attention to it and let people know that we're up here and that it's fun to come up and hang out in the garden.
What brings you two to Wind Down at the Garden this evening?
Well, we love the Iowa State Fair, and this area is new to us, so we wanted to check it out, and we love live music.
Another question, which food at the fair is going to pair best with the white you're drinking this evening?
Easy. A pickle dog, fried, pastrami, spicy cream cheese.
It's all you need.
That's all that we need, especially with this nice, crisp white wine.
We're here to visit the Iowa State Fair for the first time, and we thought it would be lovely to kind of check out the garden, sip on some wine, and listen to live music.
There's so much to do and so many different activities and a lot of great food, which is my favorite part.
Speaking of food, what food do you think is going to pair best with the wine you're drinking this evening?
It's a little sweet, so I don't know. What do you think? I would love some dessert with this.
Are you both avid wine drinkers?
We are, so we wanted to try the State Fair wine.
Yes.
And how's it tasting?
Good. We've only had the white so far, so.
A question I'm dying to ask. What fair food do you think is going to pair best with the wine you're sipping this evening?
I don't know. My pork chop was pretty good with the pork chop on a stick was really good with the white.
Go with cheese curds.
Can't beat it. On a warm summer night, it's hard to top a nice Iowa wine with an atmosphere only the fair can provide. Cheers.
Three Church, Two Tavern Town is a great song.
A friend of mine, Robert Deich, was a songwriter on it.
How many of you come from a 3-church, 2-tavern town?
And I remember I was going into the studio to cut it, and I was like, wait a second. I live in a 3-church, 2-tavern town. Bondurant has 3 churches, 2 taverns.
Like a concrete island, sea of corn where dreams die hard and heroes are born. Out in the middle of our little piece of the heartland. Push back towards prophets, backwoods apostles, getting lost in the gospel, saved by the gospel. We all stand on common ground in this 3-church, 2-tavern town.
It was just weird, like by saying how songs find you. I'm really careful about what I record because it's like anything that I've recorded has been true or it seems like it comes true. So I'm very picky about what I record.
It makes you stand proud and tall in this 3-church, 2-tavern town.
I don't want to record any negative or this happened to me and now my life is awful songs just in case. So I'm not superstitious, but you know, there is something to it. Touchdown is a very close to my heart song.
You were standing on the sideline wearing that tryout uniform. That old hand-me-down 00 worn out jersey, ragged and torn.
I just have the utmost respect for our people in the military. So that song singing about a small town Iowa boy basically giving up a scholarship to a college to serve for his country, you're not only sacrificing, you know, your life doing that, but he's sacrificing maybe another possibility, another path that his life. So maybe that's why it resonates with me so much, because I'm always like, what if I would have went in the military? Because I love the structure of it, I love the organization of it. So, and Craig Morgan was a co-writer on it, and I'm a huge Craig Morgan fan, and he let me cut the song. So that song has always been special to me.
He was in the air when the final seconds ran out. He could tell that he crossed the goal by the roar of the crowd. Singing touchdown in a small town. My boy that once wore those double zeros. They won, job well done. Let's thank God and you 3 cheers for the hero. Touchdown, touchdown in a small town.
Since 1936, my family has camped at the Iowa State Fair and has been coming here. My family sold beer for Shy Concessions. I went to every single grandstand event. Maybe that's why I love music so much. I think that it really showcases, especially the ag part of Iowa. It shows the cooking. There's just so many different things. My grandma has a plaque that they give an award for, and now I'm playing at it. That's so, yeah, I just love the fair. I don't want it to be over.
After 12 months overseas, fighting here in the sand, pilot on the intercom, it was just about to land. Touchdown in a small town, my boy that once wore those double zeros. Yeah, they won, job well done. Let's thank God and hear 3 cheers for the hero. Yeah, touchdown, touchdown in a small town. No, we can't believe they all think he's a hero. Touchdown, touchdown in a small town. In a small town.
Before we go, take a moment to stroll through the fairgrounds as we enjoy another installment of As If You Were There at the Fair. Well, that wraps up our coverage for tonight. But remember, we'll be back with you tomorrow night and the rest of the week. In the meantime, we've got State Fair fun ready for you whenever you want it. We're celebrating fairs past and present on our website and our YouTube channel, in addition to our Facebook and Instagram pages. Make sure to check it out. There are several ways that you can engage with us about our beloved Iowa State Fair anytime and anywhere. Back at the studio, hey, they're already working on tomorrow night's show, and it's gonna be a great one. We'll have the Cowgirl Queen competition. We'll meet the folks at the gas engine and tractor display. And it wouldn't be the fair without the butter cow. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We can't wait to see you again tomorrow with even more highlights from the amazing, the incredible, the glorious Iowa State Fair right here on Iowa PBS. Hey, until then, I'm Bill Riley, and remember, have fun at the fair.
Funding for Fair 2022 is brought to you by Friends, the Iowa PBS Foundation, and by...
For more than 110 years, EMC Insurance Companies has served policyholders, independent agents, and local communities, providing insurance products for both business and life. Count on EMC.
Caring for pigs is not just an individual job. It truly does take a village to put a safe, healthy food on your table and keep farming sustainable.